down a little bit. Hey,
Yeah.
I need to see you. I need to see you.
There.
One and only, No Holds Barred podcast.
Uh,
Hey, first question I want to ask you. Introduce yourself.
you know who it is? Will from the third. Tommy. Will Sparks. Y'all know.
What,
County
what,
boy.
what was your interest in jumping into the music game?
And keep it a bean. Back in the day, Will from the ad. Like on some shit because my folks used to ask like, yo, Will, you rap? Because he was hot. He was rapping at the time and I didn't rap. So, you know what I'm saying? Shout outs to Will from the ad. So when they was giving his name, I'm like, damn, like, they asking me. So I felt like I had to write something, you know what I'm saying? So that's how that shit came about, you know what I'm saying? And I used to hear Black Mirror, shout out Black Mirror. He used to be spitting and all that. He was hot, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's what it was. Like, that's what got me into it. You know what I'm saying? Little bullshit freestyles in school and all that, you know.
So did you like playing basketball or was
Yeah,
picking up?
I used to love ball, you know what I'm saying? Like, but you know how that shit go. I started blowing a little bit, got cut, like, what was it, 9th grade, you know what I'm saying? So after that, I just was like, fuck it. I went just smoking bud, into the nut shit. Shit was a rap after that. So I tried to play a little bit, but I ain't had a love for it no more. It was like, after that, it was a dunion. Like, then I started messing with the music a little bit. Like I said, that was it.
What kind of music do you like? What's your influence during the music? Like, what kind of music do you like to drop?
Man, you know, I'm universal, man. I drop whatever, like, I ain't got no type, like, rap, pop, whatever. I do whatever type track. Man, it is what it is. I don't put myself in no specific category. I make whatever type of music. If somebody got a track, they got a hook or whatever, or they want me to do something for it, you know what I'm saying, I can do that. You know what I'm saying? Because that's the type of artist I am. I wouldn't put myself in one lane. So, you know, I listen to all types of music so that I can open my mind a little bit more than just rap. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah.
Any regrets to jumping and getting your feet wet?
Oh, wow. I ain't gonna lie, man. You know how that shit be. You get booked and all that, but it is what it is. Like, if I ain't go through that, you never know what I could have been. I don't know where I could have been at. You know what I'm saying? So I look at it like I met a lot of good dudes in there that I wound up networking with and that I still to this day keep connected with, and they thorough. B Billions, Stacks, what's up? You know what I'm saying? They know what it is, all fed shit. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of good dudes. It's a lot to mention, but you know, none against nobody, just a lot to mention. But yeah, like we was up there, we was holding it down, rapping and shit. So that shit kind of made me into an artist a little bit better because I had to have people. Oh, shout out my man Vic too. My man Vic, my fault. That's who was playing in the background. My man Vic from out Kenzo. You know what I'm saying? I met him up State Road and shit. We was up the F together. Good dude. Caught a couple of drug cases, stand up. But yeah,
So, some of the people in there, like, did you meet any like names, like big figures or?
oh yeah, of course. When we was in the Feds, you know, Mac was up there. Shout out to Beans, you know what I'm saying? Beans was up there for a little bit when we was up there rapping. And true story, you know what I'm saying? They had the DC homies, you know what I'm saying? My man Stacks can vouch. They had the DC boys out there. They had wound up coming at B Billions. One of their homies came at B Billions. Yeah, what's up, bro? One of the boys came at my man B Billions when he went back to court, and my man Stacks caught it. So we made a little track or whatever. You know what I'm saying? This was around the time Beans was up there. So we write the song, niggas from the city all heard it. So we in the band room, they got a band room up there in the Fed. You know what I'm saying? We up Scoopkill. So they got a band room up there. So they like, yo, they spit the joint, Stack. So they go get a couple dudes from the city, my man Donnie, you know what I'm saying, Bean, you know what I'm saying, my man Black. It was a couple dudes from the city, Stacks. So, boy, Soup in there, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to Soup, though. It was all love, you know what I'm saying? Like, we wound up linking doing tracks, you know what I'm saying? He a good dude, stand up nigga from DC, 30 years, you know what I'm saying? But, yeah, so we did the track or whatever, and Mac was like, damn, young boy hot, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, young boy hot. So, you know, we did the show, whatever, you know what I'm saying? Niggas was throwing that joint. So, you know, we been doing this shit, like, we was doing this shit in front of the niggas that was really putting in work, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, niggas know what it is. Like, I really held it down on this shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, by myself. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't had nobody with me on that yard. That's what niggas be failing to realize. Like, I ain't had nobody with me on that yard, so I don't really owe no loyalty to anybody if you're not really from my block, if you want to get technical. You know what I'm saying? Like, so that's what it is. Like, nobody walked that yard with me. You know what I'm saying? Like, niggas don't know what I've been through in that yard. You know what I'm saying? That shit was real. That's what niggas be forgetting. So, you know, it's stirs.
Talk about it.
Yeah. Like, you know, niggas, it was real G on the feds. Like, you know, up in the feds, when you get there, your paperwork not right. You know you gotta check in. So when I got there, my name was good. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, my paperwork, I met my man June. Shout out to June. He's from Huntington. You know what I'm saying? So June was up there, he knew me. So he tried to stand me. You know what I'm saying? With the dudes from the city, all from Philly, you know what I'm saying? Because that's how they got it. They got cars up there. You got Philly car, you got New York car, you got DC car, you got Virginia car, wherever you from, that's your car. And that's how it is. You know what I'm saying? PA all together. You know what I'm saying? But Pittsburgh kind of went Midwest. You know what I'm saying? Because they kind of got the same swag, but they really PA. But anyway, I get up to the jail. I see my man June, shout out to June. He like, yeah, this my man, he official. But I'm like, nah, June, I'm gonna bring my paperwork. Oh, that's my man Maul, y'all know my man Maul. So I bring my paperwork up. I'm like, nah, June, I'm gonna bring my paperwork out. I want everybody to see my shit so they know what it is. Get up to the yard, bring my paperwork out. Everybody had paperwork. That's what we call paperwork party.
Paperwork party.
Everybody got the paperwork. We passing around. Oh, you did this, that, and the third. Oh, all right, cool, boom. Here go my shit. You did this, that, and the third, boom. So that's how that went. Met a couple good dudes from the city. You know what I'm saying? Through it all.
Now we see this will right here. We see this will. Now before this will, before you caught this situation, you know, and you was just outside, and you were just outside.
Yeah.
How did you think this would drop on y'all? Did you think this would come?
No.
Like how was it that night?
Yo, no true story, like, and it's no cat. Like, it was this old head, I forget the old head name, but he used to live on the terrace. He came up to me and he really told me that this no cat. He like, yo, I got the word, be careful. They about to run down on the block. You know what I'm saying? It's a couple cribs, but I ain't believe it. You know, sometimes niggas be talking, you don't really think too much of it because it's like, how do you get this information? He didn't look like one of them people that would have that type of information, you feel me? So I didn't really take it as though I should have. So anyway, he said it was gonna be a couple cribs or whatever. He said it was gonna be on 3rd. So they wound up running down on the cribs, but my crib wasn't on 3rd, so when he said it, I'm like, oh, all right, you know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't think of me. But when they ran down on the crib, I'll never forget, I had a crazy ass toothache. I had an abscess, you know what I'm saying? So my plan was to stay up the whole night. I tried to stay up, you know what I'm saying? It was probably like 3 in the morning. I'm at my mom's crib, 19. You know what I'm saying? So I'm laying on the couch, I hear a bang on the door, boom, boom, boom. I jump up, I'm like, oh shit, mom, who that? She opened the door thinking it's my brother, all the feds running with the lasers. I'm not thinking it's real. I'm like, what the fuck? So they put me on the ground. I'm like, damn, they must got the wrong person. So anyway, they put me in the cuffs or whatever, take me to the station. They ain't really get too much into detail. Like, we had to go like into the feds to really get into the details because like you wasn't getting out of it unless you telling. You know what I'm saying? So we go through the station or whatever, we go through the county, they tell us like, look, you got this charge, you going here. I'm thinking it's a game. I'm like, nah, they letting us out. Anyway, they sent us up 6th and Arch, you know what I'm saying, to the Fed building. I never even knew that building was there until they put me in it.
Do you think that stopped your music career?
Of course, well, yeah, of course.
Do you not stopped it, but do you think it like slowed it down?
Of course, like, because you know, like, when you book, I was still writing. I would say it kind of made me an artist in a sense, but in the same way, I kind of had less time than a lot of people, you feel me? So the shit that I'm doing now, I feel like I kind of got to hurry up and catch up. So I feel like I'm making all the right moves, you know what I'm saying? Like, me and my team, we doing the right things. We making these moves, we doing these shows, you know what I'm saying? Y'all see how we doing it. We dropping these videos. Y'all need your videos done. We got a cameraman, you know what I'm saying? Like, let me know, you know what I'm saying? We might can help y'all out. You know what I'm saying? That's what
people abuse, what you say. What did you say and I told you?
What's that?
When you said that shit was over, but your whole rap
Oh,
career is
yeah.
over. And what did I say?
You know, nah, you know he said it wasn't, but you know, through them times, you thinking like they talking that time. Like, it wasn't, see, the time they was offering this real shit, it was 12 of us at first. Nobody took no deals. It was a year into the case. So they got all this audio and video. So now it's a year into it, they ain't got nothing. So now they superseded us and put more people onto the case with us. You know what I'm saying? So after that, now they prolong the case because they said, yo, Your Honor, we need to get more evidence on these other people. So now they prolonged it for another year. So now within that time frame, you know what I'm saying, niggas start taking deals and all that shit because they talking about life, you know what I'm saying? They talking about 30 years, like this no cap, because if your background crazy in the feds, you getting a crazy amount of time. They don't care about where you from. They don't care about if it was a little bullshit felony in the county. That shit is all adding up. So luckily I ain't had no adult offenses, but you know, a couple people did. So I tried to take it to the end. I take it to the end, you know what I'm saying? It was 3 people left. It was me, Kurt, and my man Reg, you know what I'm saying? So I tell Reg, I'm the only nigga left from the block for real. Like, I'm like, yo, the case is basically about 30. I'm the only nigga from the block. And this nigga Kyle saying he my cousin and shit. I said, this is a bad look for me, bro. I said, I ain't gonna lie, I ain't bitching, but I'm about to see what's up. Like, but I ain't even, at the time, I ain't even know everybody took a deal yet. Cause I really went to my lawyer. I'm like, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, yo, I'll take that C plea, you know what I'm saying? 5-year C plea, no cooperation. That's what they call it.
Most people don't know what a C plea is.
That's a closed plea. That's the most time they could give. Yeah, so they offered me a 60-month C plea 3 times on that case. I denied it 3 times because I told all my homies I was going to trial. So when it came down to the end, you know what I'm saying, everybody wound up taking the deals, but at the time I didn't know. So I go in there, I'm like, look, I'll take the 5-year deal if you give everybody a 5-year deal.
Now let me ask you, do you think now, growing up around do you think they railroaded this block?
Of course. Of course. It was all politically driven, you know what I'm saying? Everybody know it. You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody know this shit was politically driven, like, but it is what it is. Like, we gonna bring that shit to the light. We gonna let it be known what it is for the music. Like, they gonna hear this story. Like, I'm gonna put this shit on the map. Like, niggas see it. Like,
and that's the thing.
Niggas hearing it all over. Like,
that's definitely a fact.
Definitely buzzing.
And let's get back to that.
Yeah,
now, on the music tip.
I'm gonna play some
what else? What do you got? What you got dropping? What you got dropping? Like LP. Like, what's the name of the LP that people can watch?
You already know. Huh? I got the track flow intro video. You know what I'm saying? You know what it is. Yeah, they know what it is. Oh, and I got this and I got this track. I'm gonna give y'all a little, what's up, Mike? And I got this little track with my man. You know what I'm saying? Shout out my man B Billions from the Feds. I'm gonna give y'all a little sample of this, man.
I just came home. I'm in my bag again.
This how we doing it.
We can brag again. Just left my PL. Told him I won't trap again. Couple days later, right back in the trap again. Feeling fine, this is classy. She with me if she average. Play the call, man, was more than a bad bitch. Let me catch me lacking. Yeah, we was up now. Kennedy shot in the head. The present bust down. Same ones kicked us while we had ridiculous now. I was getting chewed on the ass. I ain't from uptown. Balenciaga's different flavors. I am not the one to play with. 40,000 on a day shift. Run it up. I got no patience. Trying to stuff the glizzy with a K clip. Everything in hit it flip. Call it Mr. Matrix. Nothing like an old nigga. So when she a go.
Yeah, that's how we doing it, man. Like,
hey, that's enough for him.